Hi guys, I hope that you're having a fabulous day. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with a little bit of a different video. Instead of doing a reveal or an unboxing or a collection video, or instead of discussing a certain topic, today I wanted to talk about a variety of different things. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? I guess you can call this kind of like a chit chat video because there have been many things, especially in the handbag community, that have really caught my attention that, again, I wanted to talk about with you guys. And while I'm doing this, I also thought I would take advantage and go into my new, or not my new, but my bag of the day, which happens to be the Gucci Mini Ophidia top handle bag. Don't worry, this is not going to be a what's in my bag by any means whatsoever, but I was like, hey, why not do both at the same time? I don't know. All right, so very quickly, remember this guy? This is the Louis Vuitton French purse wallet in the Demi Azur. I revealed it last week in my little haul video. Remember in that video how I had said that I was debating whether or not I wanted to get it revarnished because there are some pieces or some parts that are missing varnish? Well, yours truly did reach out to Louis Vuitton and I did get a quote. That quote being $195 to get the entire thing revarnished. That's a little steep. That's a little steep. And normally this is something that I wouldn't end up getting repaired because when it comes to any type of bifold or trifold wallets, the way that you interact with them, you're gonna get that wear and tear, especially on this part here. And I mean, you can get it revarnished a million different times and a million different times you're gonna see that wear and tear there, right? But I will be honest with you, I'm kind of on the fence about getting it done only because it doesn't have that much varnish going on to begin with. It's missing it in some spots, especially like this coin purse here. I know it's a little bit hard to tell because we are filming on my laptop and this camera sucks and it's very grainy, so forgive me. But you guys can see it. Hang on, how am I gonna do this? You can see it right there. So you see how it looks like it's splitting? Don't worry, the canvas isn't splitting. But whenever you see this on any corner of any wallet, that's because the varnish is missing. So I have varnish missing here, and I also have it missing here. So this part here isn't too bad. It's not as prominent as I would like it to be. And I really see myself using this wallet quite a bit as the years go by. I used it this past weekend. I had a blast with it, and I feel like if I got it revarnished, that might help the longevity of it. I wouldn't do it again after that, definitely not. But again, because it has varnish that's missing on certain spots or that's like barely there, I feel like, right, I have to get it done because once you have that varnish completely gone, and it's always possible that you can get into the canvas, and once the canvas cracks, then of course Louis Vuitton won't end up repairing it. So I don't want it to get to that point, and I felt like maybe I should, just to better safe than sorry. And luckily I did get this at a fantastic deal. But again, I know that the $195 is a little steep, so I'm still kind of on the fence. But I guess the question would be, if I see myself using this wallet for 5+ years, and if I see this wallet in my rotation quite a bit, then I think that it would be worth it. If not, then I'm just gonna leave it the way that it is. So those are some of the things that kind of go through my mind, some of the things that I ask myself when it comes to repairs, or just in general. I feel like I have a lot of conversations with myself when it comes to bags and whatnot, because there aren't a whole lot of people in my life that get the crazy for SLGs and handbags. We've discussed this many of times. I know many of you also don't have people in your life to talk about these things with, but I got you. I'm here for you. So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I get it done? I feel like I'm leaning more towards yes instead of no, because I would be devastated if the canvas started to crack and it got into this, or maybe this starts to fray and it looks a little bit funky. I don't know. So $195 to get the entire thing revarnished. And they said it would take between 4 and 6 weeks. And of course, because they haven't seen it in real life, if they notice something that, if there is a crack on here, which I know there isn't, if there is a crack on here, then they'll send it back and say, sorry, girl, we can't fix it. So I don't know, but I thought I would just share that little information with you because there isn't a lot of information when it comes to repairs and how much they are for a certain thing. I know that some people don't have the French wallet, but maybe you have a different wallet that needs to get revarnished, it'll be right around there, I would have to say. If you're gonna get the entire thing revarnished, it would be about there. On that same note, if you guys have recently gotten any type of repair on any Louis Vuitton pieces, be it a handbag or a small leather good or whatever the case may be, let us know what you guys paid in the comment section down below. Again, because I feel like there isn't too much information out there. There's some information on certain forums where you can go, but I don't know. I feel like it's always like, I want to get this repaired and they said this amount of time, but I'm really curious about like price points when it comes to that. I think I don't know, it's kind of I feel like it would be a good way to kind of assess if that's the way that you want to move in that direction. Because if you see that getting the leather completely redone on a Neverfull is going to be like $1,500, why would you spend $1,500 when you could put that towards a brand new one instead? So things like that. Another thing that I wanted to talk about very quickly, this guy right here. So I did add a little chain to give it a little bit of oomph, a little bit more mini. But speaking of adding things to handbags, how do you guys feel about this new trend about adding a bunch of charms and chains to your handbags? Personally, I absolutely love it. Then again, you're talking to a girl who had like just about every keychain on her JanSport when I was in high school and when I was in middle school. I loved it. I had my Tamagotchi on there. Remember the Kush? Were they the Kush balls? Hopefully that's the name of them. Those little Kush balls. I had friendship bracelets on there. I had like this giant ball, this giant nest of key charms and keychains on my backpack. And I feel like that's probably why I like adding different shiza to my bag. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it makes it look bad. I mean, I know there are people that add like 4 or 5 or even 10 different charms on their bag. I think it's great. It gives it a little bit more personality. I've also heard people say that it looks like it's a little bit tacky. Like, oh my God, it cheapens the bag and blah, blah, blah. To each their own. But for me personally, dude, I am a fan. I think it's amazing. Again, just because it gives you a little bit more personality. I don't know, but he cool. I'm just throwing on my lipstick stuff in here. Actually, this guy's gonna go off on the outside. But yeah, so I know that I had actually someone said the other day, they're like, this is only supposed to be for Birkins. Like you can only add the charms to Birkins. Whoa, dude, calm down. If you have a bag and you want to add charms, you can add any charms to any bag. It doesn't have to be a Birkin. No, like, sorry, dude, it doesn't work that way. This thing is just jam-packed with all my cosmetics. I don't know. All right, let me put this there. I did already kind of go into my wallet, but I forgot my case. You guys know how I feel about this little, what is it? The lifestyle playing card set case that you can use as a wallet. It is amazing. I have my stack of cards in there, and then I have some cash, and I still have, look at that much room left over. This thing is amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. Now, what are you guys feeling as far as new bags coming out on the market? I feel like there's actually one set of Louis Vuitton, a new line that I really think is beautiful, which is the new canvas. You have that, I think it's canvas. I'm pretty sure it's canvas. But you have that gray with like with the tan LVs throughout. Like I love it on the go. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up here. But I think that new line, that new collection is absolutely gorgeous, especially because you have the gold hardware, and I think that it complements both colors very, very nicely. I'm kind of tempted to go for that on the go, especially because I don't have an on the go bag. And I know I've heard some people say that you're either an on the go type of person or you're a Neverfull person. I don't think so. I think you could be both. But yeah, I think that collection is nice. But besides that, there isn't really anything out there that I'm just like, oh my God, I have to have. Like nothing. Maybe it's because I've spent so much time in, I'm going to call it La La Land, but in vintage land, that I'm more so looking for vintage pieces or vintage beauties more than I'm looking at newer bags. But yeah, I haven't really been looking at anything on the market right now besides that Louis Vuitton line. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you feel like Do you feel, I wouldn't say that you're burnt out on handbags, because I don't think I could ever be burnt out on handbags. I think handbags are with me until the long haul, because after all, I am a handbag addict. I am a handbag freak, a happy and proud handbag addict. But I feel like I'm not as like excited to go into the boutiques to try out different things. Small leather goods still get me like, they have like this grasp on me. I think we all know this. And makeup does too. But I feel like with handbags, I don't know. I'm not looking for them as much as I used to. I'm not really like, oh, when they say that this is going to drop, there's a new line, there's a new this. I'm not really like, oh my God, I can't wait to check it out. I can't wait to see it. Before, I felt like I would always be glued to any runway show. And now I don't really feel that way. Do you guys feel the same way? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't leave me alone. Don't tell me I'm the only one. I've had people ask me, what do you think about this line? What do you think about this collection? And I feel like an a-hole because I don't know. I can't really respond, because had it not been for them asking me about the bag or the collection, I wouldn't even know it existed. That's how far out of the loop I feel like I am when it comes to newer bags. I don't know. There's still some that kind of creep in and I'm just like, ooh, that caught my attention, but just definitely not as much as before. Maybe it's a phase that I'm going through. Maybe in like a month or two, I'll be like, oh my God, did you guys see this new collection? It's amazing, blah, blah, blah. That might be the case. That could very well be the case. But as of right now, I'm not like going gaga and just waiting for a new collection to pop up. Definitely not. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be using this guy because he is too big, too bulky. So I'm going to be putting my sunglasses in the little green pouch. But yeah, I think it was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, someone on one of my videos said that, I don't remember what we were discussing, but they mentioned, and I went back to the person and they didn't respond, but they said that we are going to be able to design our own Speedies. I need to know, is this true? Is this true? Or is it like a personalization of like the Mon Mono, where you can change like the interior or like add, you know, stuff on the outside as far as initials and stripes? Because if we are going to be able to build our own Speedy, is it only going to be for canvas, or is it only going to be for leather? I'm assuming it's probably, if it's true, it's probably going to be for, you know, for leather for like $20,000 or something. But I need to know, because you guys know I'm not as well versed in the Louis Vuitton world as I used to be. So I need to know if this is true. And if it is true, I need details. I need details. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost like 90% sure it's going to be like only leather, and it's going to be like 20 grand. Watch. It has to be. It has to be like 20 grand, because, well, wouldn't it be? Anything that's personalized, I feel like that's what ends up happening. But I would really, really like to know. I would be excited. Can you imagine how amazing that's going to be? Oh, I forgot to put this in my little, I need gum, because you can't have some funky dragon breath. We don't play that game. No dragon breath for me. But anyways, now what about non-luxury brands? I know that I talked about this in my community tab. I think it was probably a month ago now. It's been a while. But I know that there are a few different brands out there. Like there's RSVP Paris that I have kind of seen come up, and it's kind of, you know, come into my field of vision. Another one is it Parisia Wang, if I'm not mistaken. And that's the one that I discussed on my community tab. But what do you guys think about those brands? Is there another brand that you guys really like that's not considered luxury as far as like the price point goes, that you guys are a fan of? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always excited about trying out new brands and different, you know, just seeing what's out there, because not everything has to be luxury. Not everything has to be, you know, $1 million for it to be amazing. I've said it before and I will say it again. Just because something is expensive doesn't mean that it's the best of the best. Definitely not. Sometimes you have the, you know, the friendlier priced, I should say, the friendlier priced brands that I feel like end up spending more time on those details that I absolutely love, that I feel like the quality ends up surpassing some of the expensive ones, because I feel like sometimes those expensive ones, They just sit on their laurels, right? No, they rest on their laurels, sit on their laurels. They rest on their laurels, and that's what ends up happening. But now that my bag is fully loaded, my handbag, my sunglasses are kind of popping out, but this is how I'm going to be using it. I love this little bag. I've also been tempted to get the smaller one than this. I mean, I think it might be semi-functional for a little mini bag, but do you guys see Theo? You want to say hello, bud? You want to say hi? No. But I think that little, I think it's called is it an extra mini or a super mini? I think it's going to be pretty functional, but I think that these are amazing. But yeah, going back to, see what I mean? When I don't have a specific topic to discuss, like I feel like I'm kind of all over the place. But yeah, let me know if there are any brands out there that you guys absolutely love that aren't considered luxury. And what silhouettes do you like from said brand? Definitely let me know in the comment section down below. See what I mean? See how quickly I jump into my bag? I don't spend too much time because I already know which SLGs I'm going to use. And then it's just a matter of playing Tetris and putting the stuff in the handbag. If you guys hear that humming, it's my air conditioner because it's going full blast today. Well, I shouldn't say full blast because I feel like I'm pretty conservative when it comes to my AC. But there are some folks out there, some people some of my friends, their monthly bill, like during June, July, and August, here in California, their monthly bills are between $600 to $800 for their electricity bill. That is insane. I mean, I get it. You want to be comfortable especially if you're in your home. I completely get it. But I'm just like, oh my God, that is highway robbery, dude. Like $800 a month for 3 months for your AC. I had an ex-coworker. She always, I'm talking about always, it didn't matter if it was spring, summer, or what have you, she would set it at 65 degrees. And she's like, oh my God, I'd be freezing. I'm all, then just turn it off. She goes, no, I don't want to turn it off. I'm like, then don't complain that it's cold, She's like, no, I get myself under the blankets and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you're under the blankets, it's time to turn off your AC. At least that's the way that I view it. Again, maybe it's just me. I think I would faint if I saw $800 monthly payment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ours are up there, but just not that high. But it's crazy. But then again, everything has gone up, right? But anyways, that's a different type of video. I'm not going to get into that. Now, I ask you guys, how do we truly feel about filming on the laptop? Personally, for me, it makes it a lot easier, even though I feel like the quality, especially when I'm trying to show you guys, really ends up suffering, because if I bring something up to the camera, I feel like it kind of changes the color especially of a small leather good, or it doesn't really focus on the detail that I'm trying to show you either. Not only that, it makes it look like I have a filter on. It makes it look like my skin is flawless. I promise you, my skin is not flawless. You can still see all my pores, my number 11, my wrinkles, and my acne. So it makes it look deceiving. It makes it look like, oh my gosh, you take care of your skin. I don't take care of my skin. Besides drinking 1 million bottles of water a day, I don't really do much else. I don't do much else to my skin. But how do we feel? I know that the microphone sometimes sounds a little bit funky because I don't have my plugged in microphone. I'm just going off the speakers off the laptop. But I mean, I know some of you guys said that it reminds you of old school YouTube. It reminds me of old school YouTube as well. But still, is it too grainy? Wholeheartedly, I am asking you guys for your feedback because I don't want it to be just like super grainy and you can't see what the hell is going on, So if you can let me know in the comment section down below, that would be fantastic. This is where I'm going to stop it. See what I mean? Kind of like what I talked about earlier. This is what happens when I don't have a clear path of what I want to discuss. I feel like I'm all over the place. I start rambling, and we all know I can talk until the cows come home. But at the same time, I kind of like not having a specific topic to discuss and just kind of being like, what about this? And what about this? And what about that? So let me know if you guys want me to do more of these types of videos, or if you want me to show you the, more of the bag when I'm going into the bag, or whatever the case may be. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.